Welcome to Tone Wars Sunday Night Edition. I'm Carrie, and this is Jarrod.
What's up, guys? A little discombobulated here.
Always at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be Tone Wars if it wasn't discombobulated.
Exactly. In the beginning.
What a glorious day here, finally. Right?
Finally.
The sun was out. It was in the 50s.
Yep.
Sat on the deck in the sun for a little bit.
Sure did. That was nice.
Yeah, it was.
That was really nice, man.
Oh.
Yeah, you actually had to take your coat off.
I did. It's a little windy, and I thought, I'll just wear my little jacket out there for a while, and then the sun was beating down. I took my coat off, I took my socks and shoes off, rolled up my pant legs. I'm ready. I am ready. I'm also ready to go to California in June.
Me too, man.
I wonder why we're going to California in June.
Because we're going to NAMM.
Yay!
Finally.
We bought the tickets. It's official.
Yep. We're going to be on a plane. My favorite thing to do.
Yeah, he does not like to fly.
Nope. Yep, I'm scared of heights and planes. So, two things at once.
But he's doing it. You're gonna do it.
People ask me oh, what's it feel like when you're on a plane? You're afraid to fly. I'm like, well, just imagine yourself in an aquarium full of tarantulas. That's what I feel like when I'm on a plane.
I haven't mentioned to him yet that you have to wear masks on the plane and in the airport because I figured it would add to his anxiety.
Oh man, just what I need.
Yeah. So there's that too.
5 hours in a mask.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Maybe it'll be like breathing in a paper bag for you.
Yeah, maybe. It kind of is like that.
Yeah.
Anyways,
That's
for most people.
It's supposed to be good, right?
Yeah, breathing carbon monoxide all day is really good for you.
Oh my gosh. Metal Snake says, go to Disneyland too. Oh, Dean agrees with you that flying sucks.
Flying does suck. I hate it.
Yeah, Metal Snake, you're right. It is in Anaheim. I've never been. His brother lives out there, so we get to stay with him. And he has this, apparently, I haven't seen it. I've seen pictures.
He's got a really nice house out there.
House with a pool, with one of those waterfalls.
And more importantly, he's got a smoker. So
exactly, a smoker. So pool, meat, and NAMM.
How do you go wrong with that?
Right.
It's gonna be awesome. And he's letting us borrow the spare car, so we don't need to rent a car or anything.
Yeah.
So,
although I hear gas is like $7 a gallon.
It's a Civic. So
okay.
Yeah, we'll probably put $3 in it and it'd be fine. Yeah. So it's his wife's old car. She never drives it. So
yeah.
He's like, yeah, go ahead. I'm like, can't I just take your Beamer? No.
I'm fine with the Civic.
Yeah, I'm good with that too.
Yep. Free is good.
Yep. Can't complain about free.
Yeah. We had a special thing happen. We missed it. We were supposed to talk about it last week, but
yeah.
What was our special thing?
10 years.
Yeah.
Yep, 10 years in both of our memories. 10 years ago today, you posted, well, just tell them, it's yeah.
Yeah. That was a terrible story.
Yeah. I was going to set it up a certain way, then I thought, no, I'll just not set it up. You do it. You just
well, we just met. It was our 10-year anniversary of working in projects together.
Yeah.
And, but that's not even true because we were in that thing.
Yeah.
Before there was a little cover band.
Yeah.
How long did we do that?
It was several months.
Months?
Was it a year?
Was it?
I don't remember.
I feel like it was longer than months.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Maybe, let's just say it was a year.
Okay. We'll go with a year.
Yeah, we'll go with a year. Yep.
And then I had kids and all that kind of stuff and had to stop being a rock star for a minute.
You had to be a mom star.
It was kind of nice. It popped up in our Facebook memories that our first gig was 10 years ago.
A week ago.
Yeah, a week ago. So.
Yep, that was crazy. Yeah, that was when we played at the District, right?
Yeah.
Yep, I remember that. That was
That was the night. I know I've told the story before, but that was the night where I was so excited. I was finally back into home and this is what I want to do, and I'm doing it with this awesome band, and I'm standing up there and the music was right, and I did not have my microphone.
Oh,
Remember?
you went up, yeah.
I was so happy, and I'm like, my part's coming up, and I don't know. You see Carrie like, off the side of the stage to go grab my microphone. I was just so happy to be there.
It's a good thing. I was concentrating on what I was doing.
Waiting for my part.
I didn't even notice. That's funny, man.
Oh, God. That's so funny. Oh, Braxel says 10 years, he's going on 26. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Oh, someday we'll have a 26th year anniversary.
I don't even want to think about how old and decrepit I'll be at that age. 26 years. It's
lots of good memories, though.
Yeah, for sure. Lots of crazy times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just turned our mic down just a little. I noticed it was spiking here and there, but
it's a little closer to me.
Yeah, so. A little closer than usual.
My bad.
Oh, no, it's fine. Yeah, that was a crazy night, man. It was a packed house that night too. Yeah. There's a lot of people there.
A lot of people saw me go on the side of the stage. Guess I need a mic.
Well, I knew a girl when I was younger. It was the other guitar player in my first band. His girlfriend at the time, he was dating her, and she performed on cruise ships, and so her and her friend came over, and they were telling all these crazy stories from the cruise ships. And she was like, my first gig on the cruise ship, we're on the stage, and it's, stages got a little bit of give to them. And she's like, dancing and walking up to her mic, and it was all choreographed. And she was about to just come up and sing into her microphone while the band was playing. And she stepped on the floor right in front of her mic. There was a weak spot, and the mic bonked her right in the mouth.
That hurt.
And she had to sing, and she had blood running down her face. She's like, oh my. I'm like singing, and I could feel this wet, and she's like, I'm in excruciating pain. She's like, I thought I chipped a tooth or knocked a tooth. She goes, that thing hit me so hard, my eyes were watering. Yep. It was my first gig, so I just sang through it, and I'm looking over at my bandmates, and they're like, holy,
It's Carrie all over again.
Get a towel. She's like, blood running out. Oh my God. She's like, I'll never forget that. She goes, it's funny now, but at the time I was horrified, Yeah. Yep, we all have our fun first shows.
I've done that. I haven't, not that bad, but I've split my lip open.
On your mic?
Banging it on.
Yeah? Man.
I'm clumsy. That's honestly why I keep my hand up. I keep my thumb there so that it's...
I know that's what James Labrie does when he sings. He's got his thumb here. Mm-hmm. And I think that's why he does that. It's probably a buffer and it's a spacer. Okay, this is as close as I should get, you know? Yep.
Well, let's say hi to some folks.
Yeah, let's do that.
JB, how are you, man?
Hey.
Happy Sunday.
What's going on?
And Joey Palmer is in the house. JB says, today I went to a guitar store and I got to play an Engel Marty Friedman Inferno amp. Sounded awesome and a lot of fun to play. I have a feeling you'd like that amp a lot, Jarrod.
Yeah, I've had a lot of people say that I should get one. Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Jeff Cornell is here. Hi, Jeff.
Hey, what's up, Jeff? Good to see you, man.
Yeah. Sean Casey, how are you?
Hey, Sean. What's up, man?
Dean Harkness.
What's up, Dean?
Let's see. Aaron Lucas. Hey,
Aaron,
guys.
What's going on?
Flux is here.
Hey, Flux.
Tone Wars rules. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Tech Forge Australia.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Henry Guthrie, he says, I'm sad my beloved Splon Nitro didn't make the cut, but that amp is not for the faint of heart and is an acquired taste.
No, I think that amp is amazing. It really is. Every time I play through that amplifier, I'm like, dude, why don't I play this more? It's so good. It really is a good amp. Yep, it's one of the boutique amps that definitely is worth getting. I mean, they're not super expensive, and it's got 2 amazing channels on it, and he does put some switches on it if you want him to, some mods. So Scott Splon is one of the best people in the industry too. Really nice guy, and he makes great stuff.
Paul Smith joined us. Hey, Paul.
Hey, Paul. What's happening?
Nick Kelly says, hi, Jarrod.
Hey, what's going on?
Screw you, Carrie. Hi, Jarrod. Braxel, how are you, man?
She's not sensitive about that stuff at all.
I'm just teasing. Brett Chopper. Yes,
Hey.
he said, I finally made it to a live hang. What's up?
What's going on, man? Good to see you.
Hey, Jay. Warm chord music.
Jay!
What's up, players? A beautiful
up,
day to
playa?
sit outside and smoke a stogie and watch some Town Wars.
Sweet. What are you
Yeah.
smoking tonight, man?
A Camacho Nicaraguan Churchill.
Nice.
You got the Mac Daddy.
Yeah, he's got himself a big old boss hog, I'm sure.
Yeah. Mine made me green today. I'm a
Yeah.
little sour in the stomach right now after
Yeah.
we smoked.
Maybe it's something I don't know, man. Mine was amazing. I had
I'm
a...
just not feeling it right now.
Yeah, that sucks, man. I'm sorry. Well, you
Yeah.
had 3, though.
If you
had...
see me go like that's why.
She had 3 different ones, but
Not all of them.
Not all. She tried the first one that she left here that she half smoked last time, and she was like, I don't know, I'm not digging this.
Eh.
I think that's what did it to you.
You think so?
Sometimes those old ones, if you leave them out for a week and you come back and
Yeah.
light it up, you're like,
Yeah.
And then she tried another one after that. I think it ruined your palate.
The factory smokes.
Yeah,
was
you didn't like
not
that
good.
one. So then I gave you another one of mine, and you smoked about half of it,
Yes.
and you were done. So I think
Maybe it's like mixing drinks.
yeah, I think you mixed them wrong.
Yeah. I am definitely not okay in
I had
the
an
tummy.
Undercrown 10, and it was amazing.
Let's see. We already talked to Metal Snake about Disneyland.
Disneyland.
And Gravel Rocks. He says you need to get the shot in the neck like B.A. Baracus from the 18.
Oh, yeah. I do. She's going to have to slip something into my drink or something. Because when it comes time for me to get on the plane, I'm like, ew, where'd he go?
Oh, he's going.
Yeah.
He's going. I will
Yes.
go A-team on his ass.
I pity the fool.
You see him slung over my shoulder, marching down the aisle. I got me one.
That's probably what it's going to take.
Oh.
Funny.
Girl, let's see. Maybe Mr. T would be a good impression. You should start doing the Mr. T
I
impression.
pity the fool.
Flux says, what days are you going to NAMM? I'm going to try to go.
We're leaving.
Friday, Saturday, yeah.
We're leaving what day?
Thursday. We're traveling Thursday.
So traveling Thursday and
Maybe,
eating
yeah.
smoked meats and smoking cigars and hanging out with my brothers. And then Friday we're going to go. It's most likely going to be Friday and Saturday. And if you end up showing up, look us up, dude. It would be great to meet you, man. It really would, Will. It'd be very good to meet you. We could probably, when it gets closer, we can maybe do a hang. Maybe we can do like a... We'll put it on the channel and maybe in the community section, like whoever's going to
Pick a
NAMM.
restaurant or something.
Yeah, we can pick a restaurant, just do a hang there, and just have a good time. A lot of people do that.
Yeah.
So I'm always worried about doing that because I'm afraid that like 2 people, it still would be great if 2 people showed up, but it would be maybe it would be nobody. We'd be sitting there going, well,
yeah, we'll still enjoy it.
what are you having?
Some good old fashions and. Oh, JB asked, will we live stream? No, we're not going to live stream from NAMM. We
Can't.
will, yeah.
It's hard to because everybody's taking up the bandwidth there. So anytime you try to live stream there, it gets all glitchy and stuff. So
We will take some footage, though. We'll have some B-roll for you.
we'll have some B-roll. I mean, I could try to live stream once, and if it works, great. And if it keeps working, maybe we can do it from time to time. I'll just grab my phone and live stream
Oh, yeah,
from
and
each
just like
booth.
a selfie live.
Yeah, and I could flip the camera around and do
Or I
some
can
stuff.
hold it. And,
Yeah, maybe we could do something like that. But
It's our first time going, and we also didn't want to be super stressed out with trying to produce something, and we
Yeah.
wanted to just take it all in and
Get the lay of the
enjoy
land.
it and make a plan. Like maybe the next time we go, we can do a little something.
But we'll still at least take some pictures and some quick videos of like, oh, here's all so and so's guitars and here's the amps from we'll definitely do that. But doing interviews and stuff, I mean, it's pretty hectic.
Brett Travers says the meat sweats and gas. What's better than that? Gear acquire was that gear acquisition?
Yeah, gear acquisition. Yep,
Meat sweats.
that's right.
But we won't be sweating because there's a pool.
Yeah, we'll be floating around in pool chairs, eating meat.
That's right. Oh, CS, nice to see your name. He says he's here now. We can all relax.
I was wondering, man. I was about to text you. What's
JB
up?
says he's going to record his solo for the community jam this week. All right.
Sweet.
Aaron Lucas, Jarrod, when you started Tone Wars, it was Helix centered. Now it's more amp focused. What was the one thing or one experience where you moved away from digital platforms and new amps held the sound you needed?
Gosh, I still think digital platforms have their place. So don't get me wrong. I'm using one tonight. So I mean, I think they're great. I think that I got away from amps for a while because I had a very stressful experience at a show, and because one of my pieces of gear failed on me, and I had to go up there without a lot of the stuff that I'm used to, and I had a horrible experience that night, and I was like, that's it, I'm doing something different, as I never want to deal with that again. And
that's how you went to
that's how I went to the digital stuff. So I made one of those emotional decisions, and then
you had a baby fit.
I had a baby fit, yeah, because I never have those. Shush.
I didn't say nothing.
Nobody asked you.
My face said something.
I know. I was talking to your face. It's on your face to shush. I pity your face. Yeah, so I made a hard pivot, and then I think it was, what was it? Was it when I think I got the Kraken, the Super Kraken, and Jerry Chris was kind enough to donate that to the show, and I was just like, oh my God, this thing's amazing. And yeah, I got the bug again for getting into all this stuff, and I started really researching more, and because I stepped out of that world for a while, about 5 years, and then I got back into it. I was like, what?
I'm trying to remember how it happened as well, because I was still on the you wanted something little, you didn't want to, haul around all the stuff that amps require, and
then here we are.
What?
Disneyland
were you
of
playing
amps.
Somebody that was it Chris when you were playing with his stuff, and was it something for? Boy, I guess it wasn't a very monumental moment.
It was kind of a slow walk back into it. I dabbled in some stuff, and I got into the Synergy stuff, and then the MT-15, and then the Kraken.
Need to go to what do you call that? Rehab now.
Yeah.
He's just dabbled in a little stuff. Now you need to go to rehab.
Yeah, exactly. It all started with that one amp. First one's free. Yeah, so that's basically what it was, and I, again, still love the digital stuff, too.
That was a terrible answer.
It was, but...
That answer sucked. You gotta make something up.
Well, yeah, I gotta make up a better story. A dove landed on my shoulder and said, you are the chosen one.
It wasn't a dove, it was a fire-breathing dragon!
Yeah, it was a little dragon baby. Landed on my... Because it was a big one, it would crush me. I was the chosen one. Now, that's pretty much what it was. It was just a slow walk back into amp world, and I haven't looked back, and I probably never will.
Jay sent a super chat, thank you, and his Skeeter tries to calm Jarrod down about getting on a plane. Yeah. Skeeter.
You big old sissy. What the hell's your problem, man? You just get your stupid sissy butt on that plane, you fly over there and get some meat sweats. What the hell's the matter with you? I just knocked back 3 glasses of moonshine, get on that plane, I'm good to go. Wake me up when we get there. That's right. And, if you flirt with the stewardesses a little bit here and there, yeah, you get kicked off, so don't do that.
That's right.
I learned that the hard way. I was like, hey, sugar, bring me over smack. Oh, I guess I can't call you sugar, can I?
Not anymore. Let's see. Jay says, I hear they give out free parachutes and a stogie on flights now.
Dude, that'd be awesome. You know what? I would be that guy. Would you like a parachute? Yes, I would. Can I wear it?
Can I put this on? And is there a training video?
Which thing do I pull?
The X Forever. Hello from Florida.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey. Let's see. Tech Forge Australia. All this talk of smoked meats and cigars while making breakfast is torture. But,
hell yeah, man. I'm going to have me another one tonight.
Eric. Hello. Dean says, this is the time of year my part of the world has the advantage. It'll be Dante's Inferno later, but today's 75 and no humidity. Yeah.
Yeah, man. It gets hot where Dean is. Oh, man.
Nick Kelly he said he'd love to meet you too. He
Oh.
doesn't care about meeting me, but he said he would love to meet you too.
Well, likewise. Yeah, it'll be fun, man. We should do that. We should totally do it. You know what I'd like to do? Ooh, you know what we should do? Ooh. We should find a hang at a cigar lounge.
Yeah.
Let's totally do that. Let's
But
yeah.
maybe they don't smoke.
Oh, they have them out there. Yeah. I officially decree there will be a hang at a cigar lounge when we get out there.
Well, you better find one first.
I'm going to find one. It's California. How can there not be a cigar lounge?
Because it's California. Nobody smokes out there.
Well, no, they smoke cigars out there.
I know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Cigars
are cool.
I thought your brother said nobody smoked out there.
They don't smoke cigarettes out there, but they smoke cigars.
Okay.
Yeah, it's different because you don't inhale. Yeah.
Well, Morty Friedman wants to ask you a random question. How do you overcome regret of selling gear?
Well, do what I did and buy it back.
You buy it back. Yes.
I mean, here's what I've learned in my journey with buying and selling of gear. Never make emotional decisions. In fact, when I sold my Mesa, my dual rack Roadster, many years ago, I remember it was parked down here for several months, and I'm just like, stupid amp, and the amp didn't let me down. One of my cables did, so I was trying to simplify my rig so I didn't have to deal with it anymore. That's why I switched to digital for a while. So I parked my rig because I was just all butthurt about it. And then the day that it sold, I remember the guy called me. He says, I'm on my way over to pick it up. I'm like, all right, well, I might as well bring it upstairs and, get my overdrive pedal and fire it up for him and play it. And as soon as I started playing, I'm like, what am I doing? I literally felt like calling him and saying, don't bother. I don't want to sell this anymore. And I ended up going through with it, and I was just like, oh my God, what have I done? And it really was something that I regretted. And basically just, make sure it's not an emotional decision to sell it or to buy stuff too, because that's also bad. But sleep on it and make sure. And if you do regret it, well, there's always Reverb. There's plenty of them out there, you know.
The X Forever says, hey Jarrod, got my Triatone Chupacabra 100 delivered just in time for my birthday. Oh,
Nice.
Happy birthday.
Congrats, man.
Great amp if you like the hot rodded Marshall thing, which I do.
Nice, dude. That's awesome. That's another one of those companies that, if you're looking for a very well-built, awesome amplifier without having to pay the super high prices that are out there with some of these other companies, look up Cherrytone. I mean, they make some great stuff, and it's all in the spirit of a lot of amps that we're looking at. And
I still don't know how to say it right.
Cherrytone.
Cherrytone.
Yeah, it's Cherrytone.
Cherrytone.
Yep.
I think I remember you saying just like cherry trees.
Yep. Cherrytone. Yep. And look them up, and Nick's a great guy, and they make a lot of great stuff. So that's another company to look into.
Jay says, you guys should do a top 5 things you saw at NAMM on the following live stream. Top 5 things.
We can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Meat, pool, cigars. Yeah, we could do that for sure. Good idea.
Brad Shimke says, you're both going to NAMM?
Yep.
Enjoy it, Care Bear and Dr. Chugs. By the way, the doctor needs to be wearing a lab coat and scrubs.
I actually... What's up, man? I actually thought about going as Skeeter one of the days. Can you imagine that? Skeeter walking through...
With his hat.
Yeah, walking through NAMM.
Brad Chopper says, my job has me flying all over. I might be on that coast for NAMM, but not 100%. Would love to buy you both a drink.
Oh, dude, that'd be awesome.
Well,
I'll tell you what.
We'll publish it for sure.
Yeah, if you're around, we'd love to meet you. That'd be awesome.
Flux says, that would be awesome. I want to go on Friday this year. Our studio is getting tickets, so if I can go, I will totally make sure ahead of time that we meet up.
Sweet. Definitely let us know, man. That would be awesome. Absolutely.
Let's see. Marty is talking to somebody else. Daryl McMillan. Hey.
Hey, what's up, man?
I'm into it all. HELIX, HX, Stomp, Tube Amp, Synergy, all of it.
It's all good, man. It all fits a certain craving that we have, It really does.
Let's see. Daryl says he loves skydiving. As soon as I jump out of the plane, my chances of dying in a plane crash get to 0.
I've never done that. I don't know if I ever will, because holy cow. I'm one of those guys that when I watch videos like that, my legs ache.
Yeah.
When I watch those guys up on the heights, those guys that do
Even
the
like
daredevil
somebody
stuff.
that's walking on a ledge.
Oh, I'm like,
like,
oh, my legs start aching. I'm like, I just can't do it, man. I don't do well in heights.
Yeah. Well, we'll be all right the first time. We'll give you a day to be grumpy.
Yeah. Well, once I get there, usually I'm fine. Yeah. I'm like, okay, we made it. Let's go have some fun now. You know, I didn't go through all that for nothing. But the day going home is always like, oh boy, here we go again.
Let's see. I'm trying to. Out in California, they're not cigars. They're called blunts.
Probably, right? Little short cigars.
Joey Palmer is still on the honeymoon phase with his Kemper.
Oh, good for you, dude. It's a great piece of gear, man. I actually have some new profiles that I'm working on, and you'll hear one of them tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was up till 3 a.m. doing profiles. I know, stupid, right? But that's how I roll.
That's how your ADHD rolls.
Pretty much.
I'm like, well, when did you start? And he's like, 11.
Yeah.
I'm like, in the morning? No, at night. I'm like, well, that's why you're up till 3.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, yeah, I should go to bed. Oh, I know what I could do.
Spend 4 hours.
Spend 4 hours making profiles.
Hating myself.
And yeah, exactly. And yeah, because that's what I want to do on a Saturday night is sit in the basement and listen to spaceship noises for 4 hours. Because that's really all I'm doing.
Oh,
not fun.
Somebody comment, I think he scrolled right past it. Oh, here it is. Brett Shopper. I still love my Synergy rig, but the Kemper is my go-to now. The Purple Nightmare profiles and badass boogie crush slay.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, I've been using the Purple Nightmare profile for several months now and love it. I still love it.
Did I say hi to Jason Taylor yet?
I don't think so.
Hi, Jason Taylor.
What's up, Jason? Good to see you.
Let's see. Jason Taylor says, I need to revisit all the stuff I own, like Synergy, Kemper, Axe FX, and Blue Guitar. I tried the all for what feels like 5 minutes and moved to the next thing without ever giving them a real chance. Yeah.
It's a common thing, you know. It's fun, you know, to try stuff. But after a while, you look at your stockpile and you're like, yeah, I need to thin the herd a little. You got to figure this out, you know.
Johnny Romero is with us. Hey, Johnny.
Hey, what's up, Johnny?
Happy Sunday, tuning in a bit late. Hope everybody's doing well.
Same to you, man.
Henry Guthrie says, me and my lady will be buying some rounds of drinks on a NAMM meeting for sure. Keep us posted where the meetup will be.
Yes.
We
Thank you.
are going to drink too much.
We're going to drink way too much.
It's meeting, everyone. Good night.
Hopefully I stay drunk long enough to get back on the plane. That would be nice.
Dean says, I'll never skydive. For one, it scares the hell out of me, and 2, I know I'd be addicted. Ooh.
Yeah, it's, I'm
not scared of heights, and I still wouldn't jump. I don't want to bungee jump or jump out
my
of a
brother
plane.
did. He skydived.
He did?
Yeah.
Jim?
Yep. Yeah, he's a daredevil,
He's
though.
crazy, man,
Yeah,
though.
he is.
He drives like he's skydiving.
He does. he does. Yeah, okay, let me just tell you a quick story about my brother named Jim. He, at one point, got a letter from the state of Michigan saying that he's acquired the most points out of any driver in the history of the state of Michigan. He had a 78 Camaro, a white one, and he had a 350 small block in it. And it was fast as hell, you know, it had all the trimmings on the engine. And he worked where we lived. It was like a half-hour drive, and it was a long stretch of one of those old type freeways. You got 2 lanes of road separated by a median, 2 lanes of road, you know, on the other side. And he used to fly through this small town on his way to work at about 125 miles an hour every morning because he was always late for work. And the cops, they could never catch him because he'd blow by so quick, and they just, you know. And then one day they set up a speed trap for him where every, you know, those little turnarounds, they were sitting at each one. Oh, and they caught him, and he went to jail for 3 days because the sergeant was so pissed. He's like, "You're going in, reckless, blah blah blah. We finally got you." He was like 19 at the time or whatever,
gosh.
And yeah. So, and I remember he hung the letter on the fridge.
Like his report
Yeah.
card.
He had to pay so much money to get his driver's license
I bet you
back.
his insurance is through the roof.
No, he's fine. I mean, he's turned out to be, like, he's, really smart, owns his own computer company, and does really well for himself. I mean, that's just, we all have our phases. That was
He still drives like a bat out of hell, though.
He does. He still drives like that. Yep, but not that bad, though, because he learned. So.
Oh, Jay says you'll probably spend a fortune on a cigar in California.
Yeah, I'm bringing some.
Yeah. The X Forever super geek question. Apologies if you answered before.
Oh, it's fine.
What are your favorite strings?
Oh, Paradigms. I love the Ernie Ball Paradigms. They do last a lot longer, and they feel and sound great. So I really like these a lot. Watch me snap one tonight. They last a long time. Poink.
Poink.
Yeah, that would be something. But they do last a long time.
Dean says, know why I pulled you over? Because I let you.
That's pretty much, that's pretty much it, probably. Because I let you? All right, now you're really going in.
4 days.
Yep, now it's 4.
Aaron Lucas, Jarrod, did you get rid of the Schecter and anything you're looking at to replace it?
Yes, I did. I hated the pickups. They after a couple days or maybe about a week or so, I was like, dude, I don't know if I like these pickups. And then after a couple more weeks, I was like, nope, I hate these pickups. They're going back. So I sent it back, and there's another Schecter, but it's the the Mach 7 Banshee, and that has a Sustainiac in the front. The neck pickup and the it's got really good pickups. CS told me to get one, so if it sucks, everybody egg Chris's house. I'll give you the address. I have it too because I sent him something once, so you're in trouble, Chris.
Filthy Pappy thinks your brother is kick-ass. That's kick-ass, dude. What a letter. That's got to be in the office.
Yeah.
Bucks wants you to eat a California cookie before you get on the plane.
There you go.
You got some of them there California cookies?
And Jay says he hears they have a special blend of 3-quart in California. Shoe leather aged beach bourbon.
Yeah, man. We're going to have fun out there, though. The first time we went to California was a long time ago, and I could not believe how different I felt like I was on a different planet. The plant everything's different, and some of the people too. But there's some unique people out there.
I was going to say that'll probably be my top 5 favorite things that I saw.
Yeah, but I mean, it was crazy. Like the houses, the plant life, the landscape of everything, the animals. I mean, it's crazy to go down. We went to where my brother had his boat, and there's just seals. Just like 20 seals for no reason, just on the coast, just going, what's up?
Well, they're probably there for a reason.
Oh, yeah, but you know what I mean. It's just not like you're not used to seeing seals, just hanging out, Like, what are you doing here? It's like, well, it's, we live here, so. And it was just...
That's the silliest thing. Yeah. Some seals just for no reason.
Just for no reason. It's like, well, there is a reason. That's what they do. It's like there's a bouncer. Why are you coming up on this rock? No reason. I don't think so. Back in the water with you. But there's sharks. I don't care.
Zeno is with us. Hi there. William Mason, have you played with EMGs in the pickup? EMGs?
Oh, EMGs. Yes, I played. My buddy TJ's had a guitar with EMGs, and I thought they were okay. I didn't play them long enough to really have an opinion. You know how it is when you play anything, guitar-wise. The first time, you either have a immediate horrible impression of it, or it takes you a minute to kind of figure out like whether or not you like it. So, and that's what it was with the Fishmans. It took me a couple days, and I'm like, oh, I don't know about these, and then I found out later. I was like, yep, I don't like them.
William is from Port Huron.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's your neck of the woods.
Ah, yeah, I grew up in St. Clair.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Dean says, I love California. Get past the weirdness, and there's some really awesome people to hang out with.
Hell yeah, man. You're going to have fun.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think I was going to sing a song.
Yeah, I'm nervous about this, but I say that every time, so I'm not going to even waste my time with it anymore.
Want to do it now?
Yeah, this solo is the bane of my existence.
You're supposed to practice it.
Yeah, but I stayed up making profiles instead.
I even texted you.
For ers and ers.
Ers.
Ers
For
and
ers
ers.
and ers. All right, we're gonna do an original tune. Found it a while ago. It's called Eternal Deception.
Yeah.
And get my microphone just right.
Yeah. Right in my way.
Just right in your way.
Yeah, and I'm using the Kemper tonight for that. So let me double check something here. It's one of my new profiles. That turned out pretty crunchy, didn't it?
Dane was yelling at me because I used the wrong tone to read his comment.
Oh.
Some weird people out in California comment.
Oh, what
You
were
just said,
supposed
I didn't say it in that tone, Carrie. I know, I'm reading into your comments.
All right, 1 second here, fellas. Okay, you should have your mic on.
Yep.
Oh, here we go.
Badass.
There we go. Made it.
We made it.
Oh, God.
You can stop sweating now.
I got to practice that solo more. It's just one of those solos that it's easy to get lost in, and I'm not going to sit here and complain about it. It's a fun solo to play. It's very challenging, but it's fun.
They seem to like it.
Well, thank
Filthy
you, guys.
Pappy says, killer solo, dude.
Thank you. Thank you.
And Sean Casey was predicting, here comes the solo.
Yeah, I was reading that.
Oh, let's see. Jay was mad that we removed the cowbell.
That's actually not supposed to be heard by the audience, but
we did it the one time.
yeah, I have a splitter that I can use, and I gotta redo some stuff with the board, but it splits the song so that you guys get the side without all the counts, and we get the side with them. But I'm missing a piece of little splitter. I gotta find. It's here somewhere. But yeah, so that way I can I split it so that there's a left and a right, and the left goes to you guys, and the left goes to us, and the right goes to you guys. It's a stereo mono. It's a dual mono track. If that makes sense, yeah.
Dean says it's a shame that some of the music doesn't get the reach it deserves, because this is badass, and I think it stands up to anything out there. If only more people had it presented to them.
Oh well, thank you. I mean, it was funny, like Trey Xavier has this. He roasts people's songs, and I was washing trucks one night, and I was like, "All right, I'll send it to him." So I sent it to him in his little thing that he has, his Discord or whatever, and he just ripped it to shreds.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
All right, you never told me you did that.
Glad I paid you $20 to rip my song to shreds, but that's kind of what he does. It's a shtick, but at the same time, it's like, really, dude? Like, wow. All right. I guess I'll go find a hole in the ground to jump into.
Sean Casey, thank you. Said, well done. Thank you, Brett.
Thank you.
So Aaron Lucas says, out freaking standing.
Ah, thank you.
So I keep expecting Will Ferrell to walk out doing the SNL skit every time I hear the cowbell part.
Yeah, one of these days I'll get my crap together down here and do the thing where you guys don't hear the cowbell, because it's not... What the thing is, though, is last time we did this, too, I can talk about this, like, that's a good way... We don't really need the cowbell on the intro, because it's it's an intro. It's like the intro is the cowbell, but we just had it on there for whatever, just to let us know it was coming. But it's a good way to do it, and always use 8 counts to start your song instead of 4, because 4, you're never ready, but 8, you are. Yeah. That's why I always do an 8 count when I start my tracks here.
Gravel Rocks asked a good question. He said, curious what the vocal effects are. I hear a doubler in certain areas. So it wasn't a doubler. I was just singing backups myself.
Yeah, she's singing over top to herself. Yeah. I mean, I'll put your mic back on if you want to just sing something real quick. So they can hear what the effects are on your mic. All right, 1 second here, guys. There you go.
Come taste and see what real life can be. Be a hero in your true life's mission.
Yeah, so that's basically it. She's got a little bit of delay on there and a little bit of reverb. I think that's about it. Yeah. Yep. You can use doublers, though. There are doublers out there that just give you a little more thickness to, stand out in the mix. Guitar players do it. I mean, there's a mimic pedal that gives us that. But I don't think I have a doubler on her. I think it's mainly just a little bit of reverb and delay, and that's it.
And I do sing the backup vocals, so there are some parts that we wanted to feel thicker and more powerful. So it probably would sound like a doubler.
Yeah.
At that point.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Let's see. Dean Harkness sent a super chat. Thank you.
Oh, thanks, man.
Arnold says you wrote the solo, so stop complaining.
What you whining about, you sissy baby? You'd write it. If you write it, you do it. Either that or write a kindergarten solo. Yes. Otherwise, shut up and play it. Candy ass.
Let's see. Hey, Tony. Happy Sunday. Yikes. Tuning in now.
Hey, what's up, man?
Jason Taylor says Trey is tough on songs.
He is, man. He just tears people apart. He roasts their songs. And, he'll just sit there and go, "Oh, what were you thinking there, or this or that, or." And I remember on one of them.
Is it a first take, or does he actually?
First take.
Okay, so he doesn't study it.
No.
He's just like reacting.
He'll play it, and then he'll pause it and just start ragging on something. Then he'll play it, pause it, and start ragging on something else. And I mean, look, I think that if people are paying you to send you their songs and you have some good constructive critique for them, I think that's good. But just to tear everybody's stuff to shreds, I was like, wow, dude. All right. or kind of like what they do at a roast, they'll tear you down for a few minutes, and it's all fun and games and joking, and then they'll say, but aside from all that, you're amazing.
Does he ever go back and
nope.
No, he's just like, this sucks ass.
Nope, he beats you over the head with a ball peen hammer, and then he moves on to the next
and
one.
And you paid him to do it.
Yeah, and it's just like, wow. I don't know if this is a shtick or it's hard to tell.
Dean says his opinion is his opinion, but it means nothing compared to the audience.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, it's almost like having, like, you've all seen the movies. We've all been to the movies that the critics hated, and we walk out going, that was awesome! And critics are like, and I did not like the plot at all. Shut up.
Steve Shaheen, hey man.
Hey, what's up, Steve?
He says the vocal delay is epic.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it sounds great in a mix. That's the thing about effects. They should sound like they're way too much by themselves, but as soon as you get a mix involved, it's like, wow, your voice just sounds huge.
It's funny because sometimes I'll be like, I sound dry, and he's like, let's try it again. Okay.
Hey, you ain't dry. Nope.
I know, I'm in good hands.
Yeah.
JB says sometimes Trey rips apart songs that I actually like when I watch those videos.
I know.
Yeah.
There were times I'd be like, some dude would be just shredding his butt off, and it's really good. Like, the guitar solo is very melodic and awesome. And he'll be like, oh, what's that? That's just, note salad. And I'm just like, bro, that was amazing. Like, that was killer. Like, all right. And like I said, I don't know. I honestly don't know if it's a shtick or if it's something that he's serious about. But I don't have a problem with getting roasted. I mean, roast the hell out of me. But at least end it with a little, like, oh, it was good, dude. I like this about it. I mean, that's the way. I'm roasting Trey's roast now. I'm roasting his roast. So I would be like, I'll
overdone roast.
Yeah, I'll have a little fun at your expense, but it's all kidding. It's all lighthearted. There's no mean, cruel intentions there. And then afterwards, I'll say, all right, well, this is what I really like.
That's why we get along so well. He lets me rip on him.
Yeah. And I know she doesn't mean it. At least she's got me fooled into thinking that that's the case. One of these days, I will find out. You better run. Yeah.
Aww.
That's the way it is.
Let's see.
I'm just relieved now. I feel like I just lost 500 pounds because I didn't have a train wreck on that solo.
This song for you is the quest
for you. Every time when we played this song on stage, as soon as the solo came up, no matter, I could practice it 1 billion times. It didn't matter. I would tense up and be like, okay, don't screw up. Because I think there's a lot of pretty moments in the solo.
There are.
And I'm not patting myself on the back, but
I will.
Okay, thank you. But there's some pretty moments in there, and it's like you can't.
Don't screw those up.
It's like stuttering while you're reciting poetry.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I mean, you just can't do that. I mean, it has to be played right.
James, Aaron. Oh, hey, Aaron Short.
Hey, what's up, Aaron?
He was like $20 for that.
That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah, JV said the same thing. You paid $20 for Rated Either, Traded Either.
Yeah, it was strange, man. And by the way, I will. I'm having people send me their rig rundown. So the email is in the description.
We've been getting a couple.
Yeah, we've been getting a couple, and I love the fact that people are doing this because
Yeah.
I think it's awesome getting to know you guys.
Did you tell them what your idea was?
Well, here's what I'm gonna do. But I'll say this: like, we're getting to know you and your gear, and just we get to see your surroundings and stuff, and it's just been really cool.
All the quirky things.
Yeah.
That you have in your rooms.
Yep. And it's just really. It's really cool. So, like, I figured, and I already told Mike Nash this, I said, just so you know, I'm going to have a little bit of fun, and I'm going to do it as Skeeter. So Skeeter's going to be reviewing your guys', he's going to kind of roast your stuff a little bit. But again, it's all
in good fun.
All in
Nothing
good
mean.
fun. It's all lighthearted. You know me. I'm not a jerk. I'm not going to make fun of
Louise will
anybody.
be mad at Skeeter.
Yeah. They'll be sleeping out in the damn doghouse, coming in with fleas and giving them to you. Hey, here's some.
No, that's basically what I'm going to do. But I'll also, I'll be kind and all that stuff too. So.
James Dunn says, every time you bust out the Kemper, I want more and more.
Oh, cool, man. Dude, this thing, I practice on it almost every day. In fact, I wrote my whole solo for City Lights on the Kemper. I mean, up in my living room, a cup of coffee every morning, I would work on parts. And that riff that Sheen, that thing that Steve showed me, it almost crippled my hand. I practiced that every day for like 6 weeks. Like, that's how long it took me to get that riff down, because it's so damn difficult for me, but I finally got it.
Dean Harkness says, I gotta jump on the bus. Who made him the authority on what's good or not? Been watching his channel for a long time. Used to be fun. Now he's kind of like the Karen of metal. I love that.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know what it is, but I was just like, I was washing trucks, and he's like, okay, we got one from Tone Wars. What's this? Eternal Deception. All right. And all of a sudden, your heart stops for a second. You're like, here we go. And I'm washing this truck, and then he stops. He's like, what the hell? And I'm like, oh, haha. By the time we get to the end, I'm like, I don't know if you're joking or not.
Yeah.
What is this?
So is it just one genre of music?
No,
or?
he'll do anybody's stuff. Mike the Music Snob does that too, but I think I love Mike. He's hilarious. In fact, he was actually doing a reaction video to Steve Vai's you got to see this. How many of you guys seen Steve Vai's new video? Oh my, I just want to burn all my guitars. I mean, there's no point anymore. It's just like, you know what? Everybody should just stop by Steve Vai's house and throw their guitars on his lawn. Just say, all right, you win. I quit. I give up. The guy is just insane what he's done with this new video. And it's just so incredible. And Steve Vai is one of those musicians that you don't really appreciate how you should until you see him live. Yeah. Like when you hear, like if you listen to his new song,
you can appreciate it I watched DVDs of, on TV.
Yeah.
But no, just listening to a CD and not being able to see him.
You don't know what's going on, unless you're a musician. And I don't mean that as a disrespectful thing at all. I just think that you don't really appreciate what's going on until you see it. And with this new song, like if you were to hear it, you'd be like, oh, wow, that's cool. He's got a full band. And it's like, no, that's him playing everything all at once live. Like, what? He has 3 guitars all together, and he's playing bass, acoustic, like this weird sitar-y and this electric guitar, and he's doing stuff all at the same time, and I'm just like, what? Like, what do you do? Oh God, it's just so amazing.
Smoke starts coming out of his ears.
Oh yeah, I literally was just like, I quit. I can't compete with that. Not that I could compete with anything he ever did, but that was just like, I think you've become a deity right now. Like, holy crap.
Well, Brett Schauber says, dude, you're an absolute monster guitarist, man. Always amazing, dude.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. You're too kind.
Joe loves the Skeeter. JB says he likes to say riff salad a lot. Dream Theater does a lot of riff salad, and they won a Grammy.
Riff salad,
Jay says the most quirky thing he has in his studio are all of your missing sleeves.
That's where they all went.
Jason Taylor got to hear the Kemper through the power section of one of your tube amps, preferably 4-cable method, utilizing both the amps preamp and the Kemper for extreme versatility.
Oh yeah, going through a tube amp with the Kemper, like I always recommend this, and I've reached out to Kyle a few times from KSR, Kyle Rhodes, and he keeps selling out of these PA50s. He's trying to get one up to me so I can demo it, and every time he's like, even a couple weeks ago, he's, I'm going to get one up to you soon, and we just made a bunch, and then a couple weeks later, he's like, hey, we kind of sold out. Like, all right. Whenever you get one up to me, dude, because I keep sending people to him to get these, because a lot of people have asked me, like, well, should I get, what kind of, a lot of people want to get the power stage, with their Kempers and their Helixes and stuff. And they're like, well, what do you think? And I'm like, get a PA50. Just get one of those. It's a tube power amp. And I'm telling you, there's a huge difference. There's an anemic thing with the power stage. And no offense to people that use them. I understand why people have to sometimes because of space and all that. But if you can fit a piece of gear like the size of like a small loaf of bread in your travel, arrangements, the PA50 is worth it. Really sounds good.
Daryl McMillan said Vi's video is next level for sure.
It's insane.
Jason
really
wants to know the Hydra video.
The what?
Hydra video.
I think I don't remember the name of it. I really don't. It just it was.
Dean says when it debuted, he was at work and thought it was boring, but watching it's different story.
Exactly, because you have more appreciation for it. You're like, oh my God, he's doing all that, and it's insane. And the guitar looks really cool. He's got the guitars, I should say. There's all these different things going on with them, and you're just like, I don't even know.
What's the name of that dog from Harry Potter? The 3-headed monster.
Oh
dog.
yeah. It's kind of what the guitar is, and yeah, it's crazy though. I just could not believe what I was seeing. And I have Where the Wild Things Grow or Go or whatever. I have that DVD, and again, it's just another one of those things where you don't really appreciate Steve Vai because half of him is on his music on the album, but the other half of him is actually playing it in front of you or on camera, and that's when you really are like, oh my God, that's insane. Yeah, what a showman,
Jay was referring back to the Trey comments. He said Trey reviewed my song as well, and it was actually mostly positive, except for ripping on the guitar being too loud. It was like the only thing he could focus on, so he must have said it 20 times.
Well, I guess I must suck then. Maybe my music really does suck. Because your song is so likable though. Like that song you did, Haunted Dreams, is like, if you don't like that song, you should probably just find the end of the world and jump off, It's so good. I know my stuff can be a little quirky sometimes, so.
Tony says we could also do a Thally impersonation.
A Thally?
Scooter's king, though. Oh, yeah, he liked your Sally from last week, maybe.
Oh, Thally. Oh, my God.
Let's see. Tony says we have the pleasure of hearing Jarrod Vai. You always rock it out.
Oh, gosh, thank you. Oh, man, you're too kind. Thank you so much.
Eric wants to know what the most user-friendly DAW is.
What's funny is a lot of the stuff that I record here, I use Sony Vegas, my editing software for, and I've used Sony Vegas for so long now, it's just everything comes second nature to me. But I think Reaper, I've used Reaper, and I thought Reaper was really good too. I used it for a little bit, and I'm just so used to Sony Vegas that I'm like, but if you're going to get Sony Vegas, don't get the regular one. You have to get Pro. Because the regular one compresses everything and it just sounds wimpy and squished. Where the Pro version, you have a much better audio package with it. So, but it's also kind of expensive. So I would say Reaper. What is Reaper, like $69? I mean, it's super easy to use, and I would say within a couple days, or even a couple hours. I say within a couple hours, you pretty much know how to find your way through stuff, and you might hit a couple speed bumps here and there, but after a couple days or a couple weeks, it's like second nature. You'll fly right through it. It's easy.
I feel like Harv was answering the 3-headed dog question. Is it Cerberus?
Oh, yeah.
From Greek mythology.
Yeah,
How do you say it?
Cerberus?
Yeah. How do you say it? Phonetically spell it.
Yeah. You gotta phonetically spell everything for this one here.
Well, you don't know how to say it either.
I bet you I did. I bet you I said it right. I said it right. I did.
Let's see. Jay says he likes Logic.
Oh, Logic. Okay.
James likes Reaper.
Yeah, Reaper's great because it's not real expensive, and it's not like you're gonna take a huge chance on it and be like, oh great, I wasted $500 on something I can't use, So for $69, I think that's how maybe it's gone up a little bit, but it's very affordable, and it really is a good product.
Dean sent another super chat. Thank you. Oh, Jarrod said it correctly from Harv. How did you say it?
Cerebus, I think. I think I got lucky. There's a 50-50 chance. Yeah, you said Cerebus.
Cerebus, but it was Cerebus.
Yeah, it's Cerebus.
Cerebus.
Ninth grade education.
Christopher says that look was evil. He didn't listen.
Oh, I'm immune to that. I get them all the time. You got to come up with some new looks. You don't scare me.
Dean, with his super chat, says, if it was Bob Rock, okay, yes, sir. Trey, get out of here with your shiny head. Put out something before you talk.
Yeah, I think I would melt into a pile of goop if Bob Rock was like, dude, that sucked. I'd be like,
Jay says, I actually edited our new podcast episode on Logic on my new laptop in the garage while smoking a stogie. It was glorious. I'm pretty sure you do everything smoking a stogie now.
And you know what's funny is I got him hooked on them, and he knows more about them than I do now. And he's always teaching me stuff like, hey, you ever thought about this? Or, hey, this. And he could pronounce them all. I'll be like, yeah, you ever tried this? He goes, you mean a this? I'm like, oh, yeah, one of those. I pronounce things wrong. He knows more than I do.
He's the dude that, like, once he's interested, he deep dives.
Yeah, he does.
Like, he is all about it, and it's all about him, and everything is about it.
You can see, like, when he gets really interested in something.
His eyes get sparkly.
And his head turns into a drill bit, and then he just jumps up and just burrows into the... See you in a couple weeks, Jay.
He's like the Encyclopedia Britannica on it now.
He comes back with all the, hey, guess what I learned?
I got this instead of this because that, and like, oh.
Well, that's good. So we can cancel the milk carton campaign now? I guess we'll take your name off.
We love you, Jay. We so do.
And you know what was cool,
though? And then
though?
we can ask him the questions.
Exactly.
And we didn't have to do the deep dive ourselves.
So if you want to learn something, get Jay hooked on the thing you want to learn about, and you'll find out. No, it was great because he's taught me a lot of things. And I didn't know you could buy cigars online. I was like, how can you, you know... And
he's yelling, it's all your fault.
But it was cool. He's turned me on to these cool cigar sites, and... I used to go to the local brick and mortar stores, which I still do from time to time, and I want to support local businesses, but I'm spending literally twice as much on cigars, and I'm going online at these places he's telling me about. I'm like, wait a minute. I can get a $13 cigar for $5. I got to buy 20 of them, but I mean, I'm going to smoke 20 of them anyway.
Well, you buy one to make sure you like it, and then if you like it, yeah.
So I go to the local store and be like, do I like? Yeah, okay. Order placed. Up to 20. Yeah, and there's some really good, the factory smokes. I love the factory smokes. $2. You just didn't like that one. I liked all of them so far. $2 for a cigar, and they taste amazing. And I'm like, okay, you know.
It was yucky.
You know what you're talking about.
Yes, I'm down.
You and your big city ways.
It was yucky.
It was good.
I don't know. Today was a bad scare day for me.
Everything tasted bad to you today, though, so you can't chalk it up to that.
My Mediterranean tasted good.
Yeah, it did. Maybe that's what screwed you up, was those Mediterranean food spices. Yeah, that was some pretty unique tasting food today. So
James says, I just tuned in. Don't know if this was asked yet, but are you going to be demoing the KSR PA50 with the Kemper stage?
As soon as and good to see you here, buddy. As soon...
I wasn't laughing at you, by the way. I read Jay's comment after that, James, and was chuckling at him.
Oh, yeah. As soon as Kyle Rhodes sends one up to me, I will absolutely demo that because I mean I know it's going to be a good one.
Jay says, as long as I didn't get the Carrie eye roll, I'll be. I love that video.
Oh yeah, the Carrie eye roll.
You're blathering on and on and on.
You're like,
shut the
wrap it up. All right.
That was funny.
Yeah, at least one of us had a good time with it. Check it out. Check out where we're at with March Madness the finale. Yeah. So the Stealth and the Savage are literally in a dead heat right now after 241 votes. They're 50-50. Isn't that insane?
Oh my gosh! So there's still no winner.
Still no winner.
There's
Well, I'm going to let it go until, probably Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah. Yeah, so until Wednesday you can vote, but we're at 241 votes and it's 50-50 right now. So that's insane. That's how tight that was. And even when I was filming the episode and switching back and forth, I'm like, I can't even pick a winner. I'm like, dude. And they do sound different, but I was just like, both of these amps sound amazing. Like, I don't even know how I'm glad I can't vote.
They're literally, earlier they weren't. It was 47 and...
Yeah,
yeah.
52 or whatever. It's up and down. It'll keep doing that, too, until I finalize it. But
James Dunn wants to know about that mystery amp you have there.
Oh, yeah. So I forgot to put that in the the thumbnail. I almost said toenail.
I forgot to put it. A thumbnail is a silly thing to name it anyhow.
I know. I don't know why they call it that, but
might as well.
I forgot to put it in there. So yeah, I'm revealing that tonight. So I'll tell you what. Let's see if you guys can guess it. So as soon as somebody guesses it, I'll say what it is. So go ahead and tell me what you think it is. And
so
then
guesses in the chat for what the mystery amp was.
And the first one to get it right gets a bozo button.
Shred Ain't Dead wants to know, can you tell me if any of those amps gent?
Yes. Yes, they all do. What's up, Greg? What I do is I snip all the strings off of my guitar except for this one. And then it'll gent on all of them.
Yes. Dean says, I made a comment somewhere that it's like Rocky and Apollo. Oh, the two amps that are 50 and 50 right now.
Yeah, man. It's a tight race, man. It really is.
Daryl says the extra features on the Savage gave it the edge for me.
There are definitely some extra features. You get the MIDI, it's programmable, and you get an extra channel.
Do you want me to read the
please. Yeah,
not
please.
Suggestions. What are they?
The guesses?
Guesses, yeah.
Please do.
All right, so Dean guessed the Kemper.
Nope.
Kool-Aid Man guessed the Metza Barba.
Nope.
William Mason, Crate Blue Voodoo.
The Blue Doo-Doo?
The
Nope.
Blue Voodoo. James Dunn, MT-15.
Nope.
Harv, the Joyo Zombie.
That would be funny, wouldn't it?
Bruno, the EVH 5150 Iconic.
There it is. It's the Iconic. Yep, it was the Iconic.
That's the last guess, too.
Yep, I ended up getting one, and I didn't reveal it because as soon as I did, people would be like, oh, it's the Iconic. So, yep, you're right. So you get a bozo button.
Bozo button for you, Bruno.
I don't even know what one of those are, but you get one.
Jay said, Jarrod rants on Jack White's Star Spangled Banner. Did he sing in the Star Spangled Banner recently?
He played on it. Yeah. Jack White. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he played at Detroit at opening day. Yeah, Jay was there. So Jay was there to see it. So, yeah.
I saw he just got married recently.
Yeah.
Jack White.
Oh, did he?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so he just wants me to rant on it just as me.
Yeah, just as you, Sharon.
Well, what fun is that? Nobody wants to hear
Was
me
it
talk.
bad? Why haven't I heard anything about this?
It was interesting.
Yeah.
I
mean, he's not really a power singer.
No, he played guitar. He didn't sing. Yeah, so he just played guitar on it. Jack White, okay, let me just put it to you this way. I respect the talent that's associated with the genre of music that he plays and the quirkiness and all that. I mean, there is, no matter what kind of music you play, there's an amount of talent that's required for that.
So nobody sang. He just did like a guitar lead.
Correct.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, but I just didn't care for his rendition of it. I just thought it was kind of, that's it. That's all you got.
No climax.
It just really didn't do anything for me. Fell flat. It was like, I don't know. It just didn't work.
I'll have to listen to it after.
Yeah, he did some slide stuff or something, and then he played some other things, and it was just really... I think it's cool to get creative with, especially with the Star Spangled Banner. I mean, yeah, you should get creative with it and do it, but like, Hendrix did, Satriani did. There's a lot of guitar players that went out there and just killed it, and it was really cool what they did, but he got quirky creative with it, and it was just kind of, flat. I didn't really care for it. So,
Alright.
yeah, if my opinion matters, which it probably doesn't to him at all.
But it matters to them.
Yeah. Well, it matters to Jay. I just thought it was kind of whatever.
Joe wants an ETA on the Kiesel.
It's gonna be
August.
It's gonna be August. Yeah, I screwed up. So just so people know, I did place the order back when I said I did, but I didn't confirm it because when you order from Kiesel, especially when you call and say, because there's certain things you got to call them for. Like I need this kind of this and that kind of that. Not everything's available in the app, so you have to call for those things.
Stupid ears.
And when they emailed me, I thought they were confirming, but they were asking me to confirm, and I never did. So I called, and he's like, "Yeah, did you get my email?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Did you confirm?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Yeah, we don't." He's like, "Dude, we don't start your guitar until you confirm because we don't want anybody saying, 'Yeah, but I never said that.'" So I didn't confirm. So it's it'll be here in August. So yeah, fun times.
Dean Harkness sent a super chat. It says, "Proud dad moment. My kid just called her boyfriend a poser."
Yes! That's awesome.
So they're having a fight.
Poser.
Harv says, "I don't know why the Iconic is so polarizing. It's a good sounding amp if you give it a chance. Just know it's a $900 amp. Is it going to match the tone and features of higher end amps? Probably not."
No, but it's definitely worth $900. I mean, I think James Brown did a great job. The thing is James Brown works for a corporation, and if they say, "Well, this is our budget for this amp. This is what we want you to do with it," then he has to fit within those guidelines. If they gave him carte blanche, I'm sure the thing would be like freaking insane. But
Metal Snake said Jack White is into octave fuzz.
yeah, it's just not my style, and it doesn't mean that I'm that it's better or worse than what I do. It's just not my thing.
Brett Schoffer says Stevie Ray Vaughan played the banner and got booed. It wasn't that great.
Oh, really? I've never seen that. Yeah.
Metal Snake says Hendrix most likely used a fuzz face through a slightly dirty Marshall.
It's possible, but Hendrix was guy's insane. I mean, he was just such a great, tasteful, ridiculous player. So, there's a lot of like Satriani's done it probably a billion times. I mean, he's definitely one of the ones that have really killed it. But I just like it when guitar players go up there and just do something real creative with it.
Oh, we got to witness that on Thursday night.
Oh my God. Tell them.
Yeah. Oh, so we're trying to do some open mic nights to test the waters with our acoustic music, and then we went to just check one out in Lapeer at a Flanagan's Irish pub. So that's what it was called. Yeah. I have an acquaintance that works up there. He has a music
school.
Music school.
Yes,
yeah, it's not a music
school.
store. It's a music school. They teach different instruments and vocals as well. And oh my gosh, we went there not knowing what to expect. And when we walked in, there's a lot of mature people.
Yes. Very mature people.
Mature people in the audience, and we didn't know who they were at all. And the first band, Jim, his name is Jim Bach, was the acquaintance that I knew. His band got up, and this guy, who was not mature, well, he was mature, but not that mature.
Yeah, he's in his 30s.
Yeah, probably 30s. He busts out this stand-up bass.
Oh yeah,
and
gosh,
I was
that
like,
was awesome.
Oh.
What?
We are in for a treat.
Yeah, this thing was like 10 feet tall.
Oh, it was the coolest. So their set was amazing. And Jim is one of those guitar players. He said that he grew up with his buddy's parents that had a band, and they would just jam. Like, what do you call that on the spot where you make it up?
Improv.
Yeah, improv.
Just crazy.
That was so cool. And then he was like, all right, let's let some of these other people play. And they were how do I politely say it? I mean, they're mature. They were just older gentlemen.
Yeah, they were up
probably
there.
70s.
80s. That one dude was 90.
Lefty or whatever.
Yeah, that guy had to be. That guy was death eating a cracker.
This guy named Lefty played with Janis Joplin. They played songs that I haven't thought about in years,
Yep.
but it was beautiful.
Yeah, it was.
It was so joyful.
Yep.
And I didn't want to leave.
Yep.
It was all this throwback stuff. There were even like ladies, like dancing the, what is it?
They were boogieing.
They were boogieing. It's true. It was great. And at first, my first thought was, well, this isn't, not what I expected.
Yep.
But I ended up walking out of there full of joy.
Yeah, it was great.
Seeing the history and having respect for these people. And Jim he was leading it. He was hosting it.
Yep.
But he played with them too. And he would just like morph into the next.
This guy
was
absolutely insane on the guitar. Like I ended up talking to him in between one of the sets, and I was like, "Are you writing these solos, or are you?" Yeah. He's like, "No, it's just all improv." And I'm like, "Holy crap!" I mean, the stuff that he was playing was so good that it could have just been recorded. It was almost like watching that Bob, what's his name, the painter guy?
Oh, Bob.
Bob Ross. Yeah, like,
almost like Bob
yeah, happy little trees, this and that, and it's a friggin' masterpiece. He's like, next, and you're like, don't, and it was just like, it was that good. I mean, the guy was just absolutely insane.
And he was
never hit a wrong note.
Like, orchestrating the rest, too. He'd be like, all right, and we're 5, 4, 3, 2, and
they go into the next
double
thing.
time, guys, and they all just did it.
Yep.
Like,
it
improvised and did it. They don't play together normally, and they just did it, and it was amazing.
And it was cool. He's up there jamming and playing this amazing solo, and he was in the vein of like Hendrix and Stevie Ray Vaughan and like that kind of thing, but he could go a little bit fast here and there too, and he had all these like really great chops and real tasteful, and he's up there just doing all this stuff, and he'd be like, all right, and he was going to send it off to like the other player, like the drummer or the other guitar player, or they had a wind instrument player too. She played all kinds of
saxophone and flute.
Yeah. So he's like trying to pass it on. He's like, okay, and they're like, no, and he's like, okay,
right.
I'll do more, I guess. And he just, and you couldn't. It was seamless, and it was just insane. And the amount of talent. It's the thing that I got out of that night was, when you walk in this room, everybody's just sitting at these tables, and it was an Irish pub, but it looked like an Irish VFW hall. I mean, it was very just kind of really
bare bones.
Bare bones, yeah. And the audience, you think, isn't the band, but they are. They're just sitting there with their coats and just hanging out, and all of a sudden they go up there and, grab their instrument, and they sit down, and it's just like they turn into like these superhero musicians, and it was insane.
You can hear the history, and there's so much respect.
So good.
So much respect for all of the performers that night.
It really was. And what I think the funnest part was when we're sitting there and we didn't know what to expect.
Yes.
Next. We're like, oh my God. And then
which dude in the audience is going to get up and be the biggest rock star
and
we've
blow
ever
everybody away. And they did Seeger, they did all this crazy stuff. And for a minute you're like, wow, this is so familiar. And after like another minute you're like, oh, it's this song. And then they all just kind of, one guy starts it, next thing you know, the whole band's like looking at, I got, and next thing you know, they're just freaking doing it. And you're like, I can't do that. I can't. Everything's got to be prepared in a certain way, and I just really wish I could be that way. Because if I was called up on a stage like that, I would completely crap myself in front of everybody. It would be an awful, I would suck.
Yeah.
But so I have a lot of respect for musicians that can just freaking go up there and do that. That's insane.
Seasoned musicians.
Yep.
There you go, CS. That's a better. I was trying to come up with a way.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, yep. The Chicago Todd said, acoustic unsubscribed.
What's up, Todd?
JB says, James Hetfield and Kirk Hammett played the national anthem together with their guitars at some sporting events, and it sounded... Yeah, I bet that would sound amazing.
That would be cool. Hell yeah.
Jay thought the mystery amp was Skeeter's pig nose.
Skeeter Scoot.
James Dunn says, I would say the iconic sounds just as good as the new 6505, and it's $1,500.
Well, I can tell you this. If the new 6505 is anything like the other one, and it's just maybe just has a different transformers or whatever that they're going to do with it, I'm sure it's a good amp. Okay, don't get me wrong. But if I had to choose between them, I would go with the iconic, because channel 1 on the 6505 just doesn't work for me. It just doesn't. It's just kind of a really old school, like doomy, mushy channel, and I wouldn't know what to do with it. It just doesn't work. So I'd be spending half of my money on the amplifier that I'm just not using that half. At least with the Iconic, it has 2 channels that I can use, and you also get a clean mode on channel 1, so it does both. I mean, I just think it's a better buy for my money anyways.
Jason Taylor said, you'll probably get your new Kiesel built sooner than I'll get my Shure from a strip truss rod. In 9 months. Oh,
yikes, man. Oh, dude, that sucks to hear. That's gotta be rough.
Someone told me it doesn't have to be hard to play to be cool. I think people who play with passion radiate that, but posers will always stand out also.
Dude, I'll tell you what. Let me just put it to you this way. I could stay there for hours and watch them guys perform and never get bored.
Yeah. And
you take me to a shred fest, and after 3 songs, I'm like, all right, I've seen enough. I mean, it's just not entertaining after a while because it just all sounds the same, and all the billions of notes just blend together, and it just becomes boring. It's like, okay, I saw that trick 10 times. I've already seen it. Like, you're fast. What else can you do? Can you make me feel a certain way? Except for feel like leaving? Can you do that? You
could almost see these men's stories on their face as they're playing and singing, and it was a night I'll never forget.
And it's insane because it's like it just goes to show how good you can be as a musician, a true musician, to go in and like have somebody like us come into a place we've never been before and walk in and be like, well, this is interesting, like what kind of night is this going to be? And all of a sudden, all these unassuming people that look like they just came from work, literally just work boots. They're not stage ready. They're not like, oh, getting all gussied up to jam tonight. No, it just looked like they just walked off the line at a factory and walked in there with their instrument and put down their keys, and they're like, oh, it's me? Okay, I'll come up there. What do you guys want to do? Oh, they don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, it's like, oh my God, we're just blown away by these people. And it didn't take like, oh, I could play 8 billion notes per second and I can sing to the stratosphere. I mean, it was just good music performed by people who actually give a crap, and they just loved it. It had so much fun. It was like salt to the earth people there. And it was just beautiful. It was such a wonderful evening. And I walked out of there going, that's what it's all about. I mean, that was insane.
Tears in my eyes a couple of times.
Yep.
And I thought it was going to be the opposite. I thought it was going to be a lot younger kids that were going to think our music was old-fashioned and stupid. And, because we weren't breathy and slow and sad songs. And,
and I honestly, like, I walked in there because I know we want to play there. And I literally was humbled beyond belief when we walked out of there. I'm like, man, we better practice because these people are like old school, like good, salt of the earth, amazing musicians. And
hope to God they don't ask us to join in on one of their sides. I'd be like,
I'd be lost. I'd be like, yes, that's not me. Come on, take that solo. Like, nope, snap the string. Sorry. Pull the hammy. Choking. Somebody. I couldn't do it. I literally couldn't do it, especially as good as this guy did it, because he was so tasteful, and it was like off the cuff. Everything he played was like perfect. So freaking good.
Jay said someone played Slayer at the cigar bar last weekend, and that's a night I'll never forget.
That's awesome.
Flux says we have a lot of those type of shows around town. They call them jams.
Jams. That's awesome, though, when you can see people go up there and do that. I've always admired that.
Aaron Short, but did they play tubes or digital?
Tubes. It was these people. What was funny is the guy running it, and I don't mean this as a slight to him at all. This is how old school this guy is.
But he's younger than us. Jim is
younger
a
than
younger
us.
guy.
Yep.
The other people were not. But
so I go up and he's like, so yeah, Carrie said that you guys wanted to come try this out. And I'm like, yeah. I said, I'm just looking at your board. And I want to make sure that, I'm prepared when I come here. So what do you, maybe I should bring my, I use a Kemper. So I use 2 cables. I said, I travel light. And he goes, oh, a Kemper. What, is that like a guitar or something? And I'm like, no, it's a digital platform. Kemper, huh? Never heard of that. And I'm like, I thought he was joking, and he was serious. He was like, so what do you do with it? And I'm like, well, it's an amp profiler, and and I need stereo. I'm going to run 2 outs, and I just watched him just like glaze over, and it was like, I mean, yeah, we'll do whatever you want, but yeah, just bring all your stuff and we'll hook you up. He was very accommodating, but I could tell he was just like, I don't know what you're talking about, dude, with your space age crap.
I know, I feel like we are going to stick out like a sore thumb when we walk in with all this crap.
It was just funny because
it's going to turn into another Jarrod circus
I know.
because of your equipment. Nobody's
crap.
going to give a crap about what's going on.
What's that fandangled thing there? Is that going to blow up or something? Yeah, I mean, that's literally how old school these people were, man. They just went up. They're the kind of people that they'll plug into anything and just make it happen. Where I'm like,
I feel like you need to go bust out your acoustic guitar.
I don't have the...
So we can just walk in and one thing and...
Yeah, but how am I going to do my goofy solo thingies and stuff?
Rewrite it.
Rewrite it?
Sia says, I'm not good at improv either. I would choke.
Oh,
Yeah.
I suck at it.
Yeah.
I'm terrible. Yeah, if you guys ever watch me write solos, you'd be like,
it is not fun.
Unsubscribe.
It's not fun. I've been here and I'm like, but my face says things that my mouth doesn't say things.
It sounds like I don't know what I'm doing.
It really does. Like, are you sure?
Yep, it's
trust me. Okay.
It's like, hey, you've heard me. Yeah, they're not the best, but they're all right when I get them done.
Chicago Todd, Skeeter's space age crap.
That's it, man.
Short says they won't like that Kemper, Jarrod.
They probably won't. They'll be like, what's that? You and your... Oh, so it's all doing all the work for you, ain't it? Well, it's doing some of it.
Tony says he thought the Kemper was a cast iron fry pan. Chicago Todd, old guy after hearing Jarrod play on the Kemper. What type of witchcraft you got based on?
Pretty much, man. It's probably going to be the circus. Yeah. You're right. You're like, what else can it do?
Nobody's going to give a crap that I'm singing songs. They're just going to be gathered around the witchcraft.
She's like, hey. Tell me about the space age thing.
And I'm going to be crying, this was supposed to be about me!
Yeah, I'll be like, yeah! What do you think of that now?
Flux says, Jarrod, that's why you play prog metal. Prog is planned.
Yeah, it is. I don't do the improv thing well. Yep, everything I do is very planned, and I have songs I'm working on right now that I will not play live until... I'm 100% sure of what I'm doing, Shaheen does it. He'll come on here and improv, and I'm like, you're improving all that? He'd be like, yeah, I'm going to improv the last half of this. I'm like, oh my God, dude. And he sounds great, and I'm like, I can't do that. I just can't. He's like, whatever, I'll just improv it.
Aaron says, Skeeter says, what's a camper?
What's
a camper?
Yeah, we go camping all the time. Shit. We go camping up north and...
Paul says he's 71 and still loves to jam on his camper.
Hell yeah, man. It's all about it. I love my Kemper. I use it every day, just about. Trying to find city lights here.
Flux says, just bring the diesel in your Mesa 2x12. It'll shut them up and blow their hair off.
Oh my God. If I walked in there with that, I'd probably knock the whole building over. Yeah.
Dean says something that always bugged me was the attitude of making it, in quotes, which is the opposite of art. In my opinion, music is art. Probably repeating my last point, but if one person likes your song, that's what's up.
Yeah, man. I mean, a lot of times when you make it, you get into this situation where you're like, okay, yeah, we're signed. You walk into the studio with the engineer, and they're like, okay, and here's your writing team. You're like, what? Oh, yeah, these 3 people, they figured out the demographics of the people that are going to listen to your kind of music, and it seems to be like they have their ear to the ground to what all the kids like. And okay, and they'll start co-writing and tear apart your songs, and next thing you know, you're not even your same band anymore. And you're like, well, you signed us based on our music. And they're like, well, no, you're just going to be an empty vessel that we fill up with whatever we want, and we'll send you out on the road. And, you know, it's a conveyor line, you know, and conveyor belt, you know, and then the next band we're going to do the same thing to. That's why a lot of bands nowadays, they'll put out like 3 albums, and everybody thinks they're that band. And then when they finally get out of that contract and start being themselves, everyone's like, wow, they don't even sound like them anymore. It's like, no, they didn't sound like them for the last 3 albums. Now they sound like them because they don't have these 3 writers telling them what to do and a record company breathing down their neck. That's really what the way the record industry works right now. And it's easy to get sucked into because there's a lot of fortune and fame to be gained by doing it that way. Well, hey, we're putting you on the road, and you're going to be in front of thousands and thousands of people and all over the radio. So, I mean, you can go back home and we'll have somebody else do it. I mean, there's still talented people. Don't get me wrong. There's still very talented people, and they deserve to be there. But it just sucks when the door shuts behind you and you're faced with, wait a minute, like, we got to change everything because of demographics and stuff. Yep, and that's where the music industry gets in and really starts screwing things up. You know, that's why I just want to be independent and just do what I want. Because I don't think I can handle that.
Are you going to play something?
I don't know. Should I?
You can. I was going to go use the little girls' room.
Oh, all right. Let me do a couple riffs on a couple of my new profiles here.
Is it cool if I go?
Yeah. Do your thing, man. All right. Let me mute the mic and get it done. Yeah, these came out pretty freaking good. They're of the Red 7. I just on a whim last night I was like, I'm going to profile this and see how well it does. I have a dial-in coming up on that amp, and I got to tell you, that amp has impressed the living crap out of me the more I've gotten to know it, and it's an incredible amplifier. Lots of great tone, features, and feel with that amplifier. Channel 1 is one of the best rhythm channels I keep dropping my pick tonight. One of the best rhythm channels I've played in a while. I mean, it is so good. It's real thick, beefy, and it's got a really nice attack to it. I just really like that channel a lot. You know, let's see here. Let me see if I could play something here. I gotta find. I haven't played this in a bit. There it is. Let me sound check this real quick. If it sounds good, I'll keep going. If not, I'll have to make some adjustments.
That's going to be our theme song in California.
Yeah, maybe it should be City Lights.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was... Dude, these profiles are kind of fun to play. They're thick and chunky, and I'm kind of digging it. I really am.
Chicago Todd says this is the one that reminds me of John 5 a bit with that tapping section. The land of misfit toys.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, that part took me weeks. Steve Shaheen, man, he showed me that riff, and I just had to learn it. And it's such a cool trick to learn because you just change the shape for whatever key or chords that you're playing over, and but the technique is the same. You just change the shapes, and it's like, wow, it's so versatile. You can use it on so many different things, and it sounds awesome. But man, learning how to play that was just a nightmare. I just every morning with my coffee I would play until my hand went numb, and I'm like, okay, I guess that's it for today. And it's like, but once you get it, you're like, oh, I'm doing it. It's like riding the bike, and the first time you look back and your dad's doesn't have his hand on the seat, and you're like, hey,
Big Mike has joined us. Hey, Big Mike.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Joshua Stevens, fire.
Thank you, sir.
Paul Smith says, I blew getting John 5 tickets at the machine shop.
Oh.
Nuts.
Yeah, that guy's awesome. One of the
Fuck
best
says,
players.
It sounds excellent. Holds up against all the tube amp tones you get.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, it's, the thing is with the Kemper, it's one of those things where you ever watch those infomercials? It's so easy. It's just do this. It's not that easy to profile. I mean, they make it sound like, and I'm not saying they're, ripping anybody off or lying to anybody. I'm just saying that a lot of people think that, oh, you just slap a mic in front of your cab and hit go. Oh, no. There's so much to it that I'm learning every time I profile amps again. This thing right here, the Rev, is tricking me. I can't profile it yet. It can't get the profiles to come out good every time I do one.
Did it on purpose.
Yeah, maybe. But all I know is it does not want to be profiled. And the Red 7 profiled very well. And the Savage profiled very well. I got those coming out. And I tried to profile my EL34 last night, and I just could not get them to sound good. And 3 a.m., I threw my hands up in the air. I'm like, I'm going to bed. I'm done. And I got up today, tried to do it again. Same thing. I can't get the profiles to come out good. So I'm like, I'm not releasing them until I do. So...
Chicago Todd gave you a very nice compliment earlier.
Oh.
He said you really write some great stuff, brother. It sounds great.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much.
And then he said maybe you can have Steve on to do a short instructional type video on how to do that technique you were talking about.
Oh, that would be awesome. I'm sure
he
Steve...
He might have it on his own channel, too. Isn't he doing a few things on the channel?
Yeah, Steve, if you're still watching, I mean, if you put that out there, I can share it in my community section at least. Or if you want to come on, we can do that too. But I'm telling you, like, that's a technique that you can use once you master it. I mean, you can just create whatever you want with it. It's just, it's a plethora of notes. But it's very melodic, and it can be dark and mysterious or really beautiful and everything in between. I mean, it's just such a great... I had to learn it. And it's intimidating at first. Maybe for some people, but for me, it was really hard. I mean, I was just like string skipping, and the order that you do things in was just very counterintuitive to what I do. And it was literally like I had to unlearn all the tapping that I've done over the years and just start over. So maybe for other people it'd be easier, but for me it was not easy.
Brad Jimke says Steve and TJ inspired me to quit playing guitar. That's not what they set out to do.
Well, Steve Vai definitely intimidated the hell out of me today when I watched that video. I was like, you have got to be kidding me. Holy crap. That was insane.
Flex says you could just bring the Rev to the gig and go front of house.
True. Yep, true. The Rev is like I said in my video, my boutique amps video. I mean, that's definitely one of those amps that, yeah, it's not cheap, but boy, do they give you some value, And I had to be really careful how I did that video because I definitely don't want to insult anybody. I mean, I have a lot of respect for even the guys that make the super expensive amps because I can't do that. I mean, if you put a bunch of parts in front of me, I'd probably blow the place up, you know? I mean, I don't know what to do, but all I'm saying is as a consumer, I know what I want, and I've talked to enough people where I think I have a good idea of what they want too, and that's just something that I think every builder should be a fly on the wall with their consumers and just kind of really hear real time like what people are really looking for and take that information and not be like, oh, but they don't understand. It's like, well, maybe you don't understand. Maybe you need to, you know, figure some stuff out that you could be doing better for your customers, you know. That's what I try to do with my business as well. There's times where, you know, I've had to make exceptions to things because I needed the job, and I had to do some stuff I wasn't happy about, or I had to, you know, like last year with that apartment complex thing, I had to use hot water, which I don't really like doing because it's a huge cost and it's not necessary, but I had to do it because that's what it took to get the job, and I had to make good on it. So, you know, or don't do the job, you know, and it's like sometimes as business owners, we just have to eat a little crow and just go, all right, if I want this job bad enough, and it's kind of the same way with the market, maybe you don't want to put MIDI in your amps. Maybe you don't want to put some switches in there because you think, oh, my amp doesn't need it. It's like, well, get over yourself. Maybe it could benefit from that. And if it's going to sell you some more amps to some people who want that stuff, I mean, what's the harm? You know, I just think it's, I don't know. I just think that people should open their minds up a little bit and give people what they want, because I feel like the newer amp builders out there are so hungry they're willing to do that, where the ones that have been around a while and they're more established are a little more like, yeah, I don't need to. And it's like, I wouldn't think so, buddy. I mean, you might get passed up. I mean, it's the whole tortoise and the hare thing. While you're taking a nap, the tortoise is like creeping past you. You know, so you better watch it.
Paul wants to know if you got your rev hooked back up completely.
Rev's been hooked up. Oh, he's probably talking about dialed in. I don't have it programmed for a clean channel yet, but I will. I will. Yep, it's just one of those things.
My brother just texted me. He said it's National Siblings Day.
Oh.
And happy National Siblings Day.
Wow. Well, good for you.
Yeah, so if you have siblings, tell them hi.
Tell them hi.
And that you appreciate them.
Yeah, do that.
Tony wants to know if anybody tried out a Neumann TLM 102 for cab miking. Supposedly
Neumann.
Great with a... Huh?
The Neumann?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like Neumann to me.
Yeah, it does. I haven't tried a Neumann yet. If it is a Neumann, maybe there's another company called Neumann. Newman. If you're a Seinfeld fan.
Paul said, yeah, that's what he was talking about. Dialed in.
Yeah, I have to. I haven't done that yet, but I will. I will for show.
We're caught up on the comments.
I'm trying to think there's anything else I could play.
It's almost 9 o'clock.
Yeah, it's almost 9, and I got the wrong guitar for a lot of stuff. So, what do I have?
I don't know.
Oh, I could do this one.
Do I need my ears?
No. Let me mute the mic real quick. nasty. Dude, this profile's growing on me.
You like it now?
Yeah, it's nasty. I mean, when you do profiles all day and all night, I mean, your ears get tired and you're just like, everything sounds like crap. I'm sick of it, you know? I feel like you just got done with a pie eating contest and it's like, I'll never eat another pie. But
I always eat more pie.
yeah, but there's always room for pie. And these are starting to, I'm starting to dig them. So this is going to be my next ultimate brutal Kemper profile. I should have named it something different. So many words.
Every time you look at me for help,
Yeah.
and I'm like, dude, I don't have you.
Ultimate brutal Kemper profile pack. So it's going to have the Red 7, the Savage, and either the Diesel Herbert, or if I could figure out what's going on with the EL34 is an amazing amp, but for some reason it's like, no, you can't profile me. It's like full Becky on me. Oh my god, I don't need profile right now. Ew. It's driving me nuts, man. You know, because what you have to do when you profile an amp is you're looking for the definition to be at 10. That shows that it nailed it. And if it's a little below it, you could deal with it. But if it's at 4, I'm like, what?
I think I have the hungry yawns.
Yeah, I'm getting hungry myself. So
Brett says, "Yeah, dude, those are stink face approved for sure."
thanks, man. I appreciate that.
James Dunn wants to know if you've tried running the Mud Killer with the Kemper.
I haven't. That's a good question. I haven't yet, but I definitely could try that. Right now, I'm using the Horizon drive that's in there, and it's the Precision drive model, and that's my favorite that's in there right now. I mean, I haven't tried some of the other newer ones, but I guess I could. I think there's an 808 in there too, but I could try some of the other ones. But so far, this is it's working pretty good for me.
Brad Shimke, why am I about to become a lumberjack? He says, "Damn, Care Bear, about to become a lumberjack." Why? What?
What? What does he do?
Was it a yawn? Was it a yawning? I know, it's because it's time.
It's time.
It is. Flux says, "How does the Kemper respond to being boosted on the front end by the Mud Killer?"
I'm sure, like, I've used boost pedals in the Kemper before, and honestly, I feel like they're better than the digital ones. So if you want to use a Kemper and you want that little extra kind of grit you get out of a boost pedal, a little better feel, yeah, I feel like the real boost pedals are better. I've used them and shot them out. And the ones that are in there, don't get me wrong, they're great. They really are. But once you hook up a boost pedal, you're going to be like, ooh, I think I like this maybe a little bit better. So everybody's tastes are different, but I'm happy with what I have. But I wouldn't be opposed to using my own boost pedal. By the way, Motor City carries the Mud Killer pedals now. So if you guys are interested in getting one and you don't want to wait, Motor City can ship you one. So
and
click
you don't
the link.
pay sales tax if you live out of the state of Michigan.
Yep, and they're a great store. I love that store. So
tell them Tone Moore sent you.
Yeah, that's right. Well,
you ready?
Yeah, I gotta eat. I know you do too. You're getting the hungry thing.
Yawns.
Yeah. Well, guys, thank you so much for being here. Seriously, it really means the world to us that you guys showed up. And thanks for watching. Also, I mean, real quick. I'm blown away at the response on March Madness. It's got 14K,
woohoo,
1,400 views. So thank you so much for watching. That really encouraged me. I mean, I'm serious. I was a little down in the mouth.
Still at 50-50?
I don't know.
Oh.
I'll find out here. But I was a little kind of like, man, I don't know if I'm going to do this again. Yeah, it's still 50-50. But
we didn't notice.
But yeah. But since people are showing interest in it, especially in the finale, I'll consider doing it again. So I appreciate that very much. Well, anyways, we're gonna eat. So thank you so much. Seriously, it really means a lot that you're here. And I got some more episodes coming out. I'm gonna do a full dial-in on the Red 7, and I'm gonna shoot it out with the Stealth. So that's gonna be fun. So anyways, well, every day's a gift.
And thank you for sharing part of your gift with us. Have a great week, guys. We'll see you Wednesday, Jarrod. And
yeah.
No, I won't. Sunday's Easter.
Sunday's Easter, so I don't know what's going to happen. I'll announce something.
Yeah.
Because you got family stuff going
Family
on.
Yep, we'll be here next Sunday.
Yeah, so I'll see what I can do. Well, it's Easter, so we'll see. We'll figure it out.
Bye, guys.
All right, see you guys. Love